What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So James Madison's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David, with the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure. And because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got 2 guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. And so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Let's talk for a second about James Madison. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Gonna run it. It's Dupree. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Dukes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. The toss to the right. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
You see this a lot from offensive coordinators. Where are you weak? Where are you vulnerable? Where can I get an edge? And you see him trying to get the ball in the perimeter early in the first quarter. Can I get outside the tackle boxes and have success?
And not only that, stretch them side to side, and it can pay off with your inside runs.
No doubt. Get them running sideline to side. Also get them a little tired.
The Dukes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Now lining up to snap it in the red zone. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Dukes.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Oh, do you just hate to see it. Blew the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Marshall's offense will go to work for the first time. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at.
Breaks into the open. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. The run from the shotgun. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On third down, he drops to throw. He's got him. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Back to throw, it's Douglas. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Unloads it left. Picked off. What a way to set him up.
Man, it's really nice as a defense to force third and long, or you can bring in the nickel, Jesse, and you can play zone coverage with those zone eyes on the quarterback.
Yeah, as a quarterback, too, you got to know with that extra DB out there, your timing better be good and you better be accurate, because if you're not, they've got ball hawks in the back end, and that errant throw gets picked.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Marshall looking for the score on first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Thundering Herd!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst. They showed all of those attributes right there.
Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Syracuse is currently ahead in this one, but I don't see Jim Brown or Ernie Davis or even Donovan McNabb out there. This team has struggled to pull away. They're up by 7 over Duke. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Bring in the heat. He'll throw it. Wide open downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Douglas. Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Dukes are flying down the field. Quickly complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. They'll try to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, James Madison. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the explosive play, they're on the move all the way to the 44. Looking downfield on first down. He's got the back in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. That's reeled in. It's Burns. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Douglas. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Got his man in the middle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll try the run. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Dukes can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the single back. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Huntington.
And the Dukes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got a fight. Turning it on! They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes a grab over the middle. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The thundering herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd and short now from their own 48. He'll do it himself. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. It'll be a draw. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He might want another play. Trying to get the corner. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Dukes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Douglas. Finds his tight end. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. And the Dukes with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Dupree. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Inside the 30. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Dukes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job on the defender.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. That one hurts. They thought they'd move the chains on 4th down. Instead, they back up. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Martin. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll go to the counter. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. Oh, he's got some space. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. There's the pressure. Forced out of the pocket. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The play-action fake. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
And I think I like the call, man. You got an opportunity to take the lead in the 4th quarter. Go for the kick. He executes it perfectly. Defense, now it's your turn. We got the lead. We got to get a stop.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Looking to pass, it's Douglas. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Crosses the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. High the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Catch in the middle, it's Avery. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And the Dukes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quarterback may change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Complete downfield. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. The Dukes are in the red zone. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. To throw, it's Douglas. Pocket breaking down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Avery. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Already in prime field goal position, but they would love to score a touchdown to take the lead. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Touchdown, Dukes! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got him downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to pass on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. There he goes. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. Out of the backfield, he's open.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Marshall now lines up trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Looking to scramble. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. 8th play of the drive, and to keep this one going, they'll need to convert a 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting to drive from their own 1. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.